So dear friends, today we continue the previous session, that is the quality controls. So we can use the various steps to control the quality. The first step is formulate the quality policy, work out detail of product requirement, set standards, or we can say the specification on the basis of customer preference, cost and profit. After that, we select the inspection plan, at what stages we are going to inspect the product in process. And set up the procedure for checking. And we also documented how can we inspect the product at various stages. Then the defect deviations from set standards or specification we note down, how much the quality dimension deviated from the set standards. If they are beyond the limits, then we have to take the corrective actions through the proper authority and make necessary changes to achieve the standards. So this is the basic objective of the quality controls. So as and when we start producing a product, we have to make a plan, inspection plan, and on the basis of that inspection plans, we have to inspect the product at various stages. And as and when we detect the deviations from a set standards which is given by the designer as per the requirement of a customers, we have to take the corrective actions with a proper authority approval and make necessary changes to achieve the standards. Then to decide how the defective parts dispose of. This is the important part of quality controls. Okay, whenever some defective parts produced during the process, we have the two options. Either we put all the defective parts in a scrap, or it may be a rework. So the developing quality consciousness in an organization, quality control is not a function of any single department or a person. That means whenever we made the product needed by a customer, that is called a quality products, it is not the responsibility of a single agency, it is a group activity, so everyone is responsible. So then why we can say that the developing quality consciousness in an organization, it is not a function of a single department or a single person. So quality control again categorized in two parts. The one is the offline quality control and second one is the online quality control. The offline quality control procedure deals with the measure to select and choose controllable products and process parameters in such a way that the deviation between the product or a process output and the standard will be minimized. Much of the risk is accomplished through the product and a product process design. The goal is to come up with a design within the constraint of resources and environmental parameters, such that when production takes place, the output meets the standard. Thus, to extent possible, product and process parameters are set before the production begins. That means, whenever we start producing a product, first we have to set the various parameters in the different operations. So the principle of experimental design and the Taguchi method provide information on offline process control process. So in all, we can say that the quality control is nothing, it is an effective system of integrating quality development, quality maintenance, quality improvement efforts of various groups in the system. So the product or the services made available at most economical level which shows full customer satisfaction, and it gives stress on prevention of defects rather than right by rectification. That means our main goal is in the quality control is we have to produce the product right at first time, instead of first we producing the product and then we rectify the defects. Now we come to the second part, that is a quality policy. At the time of introducing quality system, the top management should decide or introducing the quality system. It is called quality policy. That might should ensure that policy is correctly understood and sincerely adopted by all concerned. That means every person who is responsible of producing a product needed by a customers, everyone should be understand the quality policy of an organization. The objective are first the lay down quality objective in terms of factors such as the requirement of quality, quality criteria, performance in service, safety and reliability. So these are the major factors which we incorporate during making the quality policy. Next. So to ensure that the design of a product and its component fully meet the customer requirements such as dimensional accuracy, to give due importance to defect preventions rather than detect after occurrence, attempting to produce a right product at first time. So all these things we can incorporate in our policies. So to introduce continuous review of quality and performance utilizing result of market survey, feedback from the customers. So we have to select some target customers. We are making product, send it to a target customers. They can utilize our product and they can give the feedback for the improvement in our existing product. To conduct the training and orientation program for the customer in order to acquaint them with the product usage and maintenance in some of the situations like washing machines, the automobiles. When we are producing such type of products, it is better we give the training to a customers how it can be utilized, what type of problem occurs and how it is to be maintained. To carry out the proper vendor selections. For making a product, we need the raw materials. So we have to select the vendors in a proper manner. Evolution of the vendor performance. See the history of a vendors, where the similar type of materials supplied by particular vendors, and also providing the necessary assistance to build and maintain the desired quality. In such situations, we can also monitor and give guidance to a vendor for making the material as per our requirement.